Good morning. This is Madam Eileen here to show you a little about face paint. But first, I need to clean my face paint board. This is a face paint board by Sparkling Faces, a wonderful lady who lives over in Europe. I spray my board with a cleaner. Then I take a paper towel and I pull and wipe. Fold it over to trap the pigment inside my paper towel and wipe it down again. Fold to the dry area and give another wipe. I find working on sparkling face paint boards very fun. They have different characters of different nationalities. I have a boy and a girl board. This is the girl. This is the boy. This is just some New Year's Eve silliness. I need my another rag. Let's clean off my boy. I chose the red hair because I don't think many practice boards have red-haired children. There we go, all nice and clean, ready for painting. Now, some of the beginner basics of face paint is you want to start off with a good brush. One of the early brushes I got was this one. It was called a bolt brush, but I found over time the bristles got very soft. They bend very easy, and they don't always snap back the way I like them to. I found the brush that I like best is a Lowell Cornell. The reason why I like Lowell Cornell brand is that even though they're very old, they always go back to the same position. Actually, I should pull this to the side. Very firm and just a little on the soft side. Still workable, but I much prefer this one. All right, now we're going to load up our paint. I will show you how we load up paint in a different video. This is just my test video to see how it goes. I got a Okio cam. This is what I got. I got one of these. Installing the software was very easy and it came on very quickly. A little bit of a learning curve, but really not that much. It was pretty easy. But I want to show you how I do teardrops. Where did I put? I've already misplaced my girl. Okay. I'm going to show this to you sideways. When you take your paintbrush, you're going to lay it down on the skin. You touch the point down, and then you put some pressure so the brush fans out. And then you want to pull. But as you pull, you're lifting the brush up until the brush dances on that tippy toe point. And that's what makes a perfect teardrop, is putting it down, dragging it, and lifting it till the paintbrush is on its tippy toes. You can do long, very long teardrops, or short. You could even do reverse teardrops. Go on its tippy toe and drag, and then when you're ready to make your final end of the teardrop, you just lay your brush down, and then you lift it up. And then I'm going to do drag. This is drag and drop. Clean off that edge just a little bit. So this is what's going on with your brush. You're laying it down. You're dragging it. And then lifting it up to that very tip. The tip of your brush. I like to call it the tippy toe. Ballerinas dance on their tippy toes. Ballerinas tippy toe, step, tippy toe, step, tippy toe. And doesn't that make the most beautiful spiral? And then I'm going to lay it down here. The difference between a beginner face painter and an expert is the quality of lines and teardrops that they do. I met a beautiful lady. She's passed away. Her name was Nikki Sherman, a most wonderful, happy lady. She told me that if I could do 100 teardrops every day, my line work would improve, my designs would look more sharp, and she was right. So, a shout out to Nikki Sherman and her beautiful daughter, Tiger Lily. No, Tigerella is her name. Tigerella now lives with her grandmother, far away. I never see her anymore. Maybe she'll find my video and remember that her mom and Madame Eileen were good friends. So what I want you to do is do 100 teardrops every day, or just set a timer and for 20 minutes do teardrops. So you're going to lay your brush down, pull it while lifting the brush up to its tippy toe. And if doing teardrops gets boring, long, little, just switch it up. I get bored doing the same thing all the time. I'm going to put more paint on my brush. And of course, I never put my paint sprayer in the same place twice, so I'm always looking for it. I try. Now, if you don't have one of these fun, the reason why I like Sparkling Faces, it's inspiring. When I'm coming up with new designs, then this is a great way to inspire me. Some of them are really good teardrops. Some of them are sloppy. Sometimes when you're getting to the eye, you don't want to go fat and flick thin into the eye. You want to do one of those reverses. Narrow and then lay down, narrow, lay down. That kind of, your client who you're painting will feel a lot more comfortable with you doing that than flicking into their eye. But you're doing this so fast, you can get down here before they actually realize what you're doing. This is like a peacock move. You dance your brush on its tippy top, go around, adding light, whimsical lines is helpful on a drawing too. So just fill your whole board. Thick to thin lines, thin to thick lines. Now when you're trying to practice your teardrops, you'll just automatically get better the more you paint. So thin to thick. That looks more like a teardrop, but be very careful. You can go thin and go thick too suddenly, And when it flares out white at the end, that is called a peacock. And sometimes you want to do peacocks intentionally. Do a very thin, squiggly line and then lay it down. Only cross over your lines if they're thin and little. So I'm just going to fill my practice board with teardrops. You don't have to use the color white. If you're bored doing the straight teardrops, long or short, then do curved. Start fat and curve it as you twist around. Dance it up to its point, or start on its point, go around. So anyways, this is just me dinking around, seeing how this is going to work. I'll do a better one. I need to get some practice in anyways this morning. Make funny faces. Okay, I have my other board. So these boards are usually $22 plus shipping. But if you can't afford that, go to your dollar store and look for cutting mats. This is a cutting mat that I got from Dollar Tree. One side is shiny, turning it over, and one side is just a little rough and textured. You want to paint on this textured side. This is the smooth side. I'm going to do 2 teardrops. Now I'm going to flip it around. Here's the textured side. And 2 teardrops. And you'll see the textured side, the non-smooth side, actually holds the paint a little bit better, like your skin does. This is the side you want to paint on. The one reason why I say you don't need to practice with white is because you will use white in all of your designs. But you'll find that you don't use your other colors up as fast. And it's also good to do mirror. You'll find that your hand likes going in one direction more than the other. So you might want to try mirroring, seeing if you can get one side to look like the other side. Or might do really good going there, but not very good going there. So teardrop practice. If straight lines get boring, try doing it reverse. Eventually you'll do less peacocks and it'll look more like a natural look. So you got straight lines, you got reverse lines, and then you can, a swirl is very much like a reverse teardrop. You're starting small, laying down pressure, lifting it up small again. Actually, thin to thick to thin. Thin to thick to thin. Zebra stripes, thin to thick to thin. Thin to thick to thin. By doing this 20 minutes a day, or setting a goal of trying to do 100, you are mastering the feel of your brush. So those are zebras. What if we want tiger? Thin, wiggle, thick, and thin again. Tiger stripes, thin to thick, and they change direction. Thin to thick to thin. And some are like check marks. Thin to thick to thin. Some curve around. Some are incomplete. Now, I'm going down, and I'm actually wiggling on the sides of my brush. When I go up, I'm still on my side, but I'm dancing and wiggling my way up. Now, can I zoom in a little more? No, it won't let me zoom. This is my volume. Okay. So there's a variety. There's your lines. There's your reversed lines. Your thin to so 1, 2, 3, thin to thick. 4. Actually, maybe the swirl should be 4. All right. Now let's see. Can I still record? And let's see. How did I switch camera modes? Reset. Focus. Can't use that one. Exposure. Selfie mode. No. Change menu. Toggle full screen. can display when recording. Okay, I'm displaying when I am recording. I see vault, radio change, library folder, camera, do I need to stop recording to get to me? Setting. Sound is on. Cannot. Okay, let's go ahead and stop the recording and see if I can switch cameras again.